who are here today for our announcement. Just to introduce myself, my name is Steve Dixon. I'm the board chair of Second Light. I want to thank you for being here to support Second Light and the hard work that's being done to help so many people up to this point. Second Light's mission is to help our unhoused neighbors get ready for housing by providing shelter and wraparound services. I want to thank the City of Wichita, providers, partners, and the community who have made this progress to date possible. The 24/7 low barrier shelter portion of this project has been up and running since April. And prior to that, it was running as emergency winter shelter starting in November. I want to say special thanks to our partners at Humankind for all the work they've done to this point. With the start of construction this summer, Second Light is moving towards providing shelter plus services all in one location to our neighbors who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless. At completion, this campus will include shelter, food, health, mental health, substance abuse, and housing services that are needed to help our neighbors in need. The community goal we are working towards is reaching functional zero for homelessness. Second Light is just a part of a much larger community-based effort towards reaching that goal. We want to acknowledge and thank the City of Wichita. They caught the vision of what the community needed and funded this construction project with ARPA dollars. Then they committed the initial startup funding and use of the building. Thank you to the City Council, Bob Layton, Troy Anderson, and Sally Stang, along with countless city staff who have gone above and beyond to make this possible. In addition, this project would not be possible, and we want to share our gratitude with the providers who have signed on to provide services within the building, both during construction and beyond. None of this would be possible without your commitment and caring for our unhoused neighbors. To date, we have over a dozen local providers who are part of this community effort. This effort will change our community, and we are forever thankful for all that you are doing. I want to take a moment to recognize each of these providers individually. Humankind, Lord Steiner, Breakthrough Episcopal Social Services, the City of Wichita and the City of Wichita Housing Department, the Coalition to End Homelessness in Wichita, Sedgwick County, Grace Med Health Clinic, Hunter Health Clinic, ICT Street Team, Mental Health America of South Central Kansas, Sedgwick County ComCare, Sedgwick County Health Department, the Substance Abuse Center of Kansas, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Union Rescue Mission, United Methodist Open Door, and the United Way of the Plains. Again, I just want to highlight, when we talk about a community effort and you hear the list, understand that that is just the beginning. We've had meetings with well over 100 different partners that are interested in providing services at this project, but we want to make sure we point out and say thank you to those of you that are already here. The exciting news is we are working on agreements with several other providers, and we'll have those done in coming weeks and months. This has truly been a community effort, and will take the entire community to make it successful. We know this is a community effort and will take more support, but this initial stage was critical. We want to thank everyone for your hard work to make this a reality within our community. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Luke.
First and foremost, let me start by thanking Steve for your leadership and guidance along this process. Someone that is involved in our community, along with our board members with Second Light. If you don't mind waving a little, we want to say thank you for the countless hours you all have spent in getting us to this point in time. I also want to recognize those who are part of the City Council here today. Councilmember Maggie Ballard, Vice Mayor J.D. Johnston, Councilmember Becky Tuttle. I also want to recognize the individuals within the Wichita staff that have been critical in getting us to this point. City Manager Bob Layton, Assistant City Manager Troy Anderson, and Housing Director Sally Sting, and countless others within the 3,100 staff members within the City of Wichita that also have been working towards this goal. It's a shared vision. So we want to say thank you to the City Council, city staff, partners, and all who have helped us get to this milestone moment. Today, we're not just marking progress on a building. We're advancing a shared commitment to address homelessness through coordinated and collaborative efforts. When federal ARPA dollars became available, this City Council made a clear decision. We would invest in the lives of people. We saw an opportunity to take bold, strategic steps toward building a long-term solution. Addressing homelessness has become one of our council's and community's top priorities. That vision led to the creation of the multi-agency center, now known as Second Light. This facility is more than just a shelter. It's a central hub where people can access housing services, mental health support, workforce resources, and other critical tools to help them transition from crisis to stability. It reflects our larger goal, reaching functional zero homelessness in Wichita. That means ensuring that homelessness is rare, brief, and non-recurring. And it means people and meeting them with dignity, support, and the resources to help them thrive. This work is complex and it takes time, but with continued collaboration from city leaders, service providers, community advocates, and residents, we're making meaningful progress. I want to thank all of you who played a role in moving this vision forward. Your commitment to help reshape the future of our city ensures that everyone, regardless of their circumstances, has the opportunity for stability, safety, and hope. The City of Wichita is grateful for the collaboration between Second Light Board, partners, providers, and volunteers. They have all worked hard to realize this new model of connecting individuals facing homelessness with necessary resources in one location. While we are still months away from a fully operational campus, this is an exciting step forward. Homelessness is a community issue, and it will take the entire community to work together towards solutions. With that, I'd like to introduce District 6 Councilwoman Maggie Ballard.
Thank you, Mayor. I am Councilmember Maggie Ballard. I have the honor of representing District 6, which is the home to Second Light. I also have the honor of serving on the Homeless Task Force. Even before joining council, I have been an advocate for increased homeless services in the community. 10 years ago, the City of Wichita was investing just over $2 million a year on homeless prevention programs and homeless services. The need today is much greater. The point in time count hosted by the United Ways Coalition to End Homelessness shows a growing need for services year after year. This year, the City of Wichita has over $17.7 million allocated to homeless services and homeless prevention programs. I think we need to celebrate that. This includes helping to fund several community shelters, the emergency winter shelter, case management services, housing voucher, and stability programs, and more. We have also enacted policies and procedures aimed at helping unhoused residents get off the streets and connected with shelter and services. Reaching functional zero homelessness in our community is a long and complicated process, and the need for homeless services is greater now than ever. Many who experience homelessness have other needs that led them into homelessness in the first place, and serving them requires a comprehensive approach to ensure they can transition into permanent housing and stay there. That is why the city began the process of establishing the multi-agency center, which now has evolved to be Second Light. Today, we are excited to enter this next phase to bring the full vision of the shelter with wraparound services to fruition. As part of this construction, we'll enact some measures to ensure that Second Light lives in harmony with the surrounding neighborhood, protecting privacy of both Second Light guests and surrounding neighbors. These will include a privacy wall along residential areas, more cleanups around the area, and more. Unhoused individuals are our neighbors, and I believe this facility, embedded in Wichita's best district, whoop whoop, District 6, embodies our commitment to give our neighbors a hand up. I want to thank Second Light, Humankind Ministries, city staff, and all of our governmental and construction partners for making this vision a reality and coming together for the betterment of our community. With that, I'm happy to pass things to my friend, Commissioner Beatty.
Well, thank you, Mayor Wu and Councilmember Ballard, as well as the Second Light Board and many others that are here today from our community that are joining us. From my heart, I just want to thank you. This has been really incredible to see all the providers and all the partners and many people from across the city of Wichita and Sedgwick County come together on this project. I specifically want to acknowledge the efforts of the Homelessness Task Force and the dozens of our task force members and the stakeholders that have contributed to the discussions around homelessness, around housing, and many other topics. In partnership with the City of Wichita and WSU's Public Policy and Management Center, who's done a lot of work in this area, the task force was launched in February of 2023, and at this day, now 2.5 years later, some element of that task force has met every single month on issues of homelessness and related housing issues in this community. For 2.5 years, this has been a big lift and a big effort. It was in these meetings that this vision of one campus where those that have resources can be matched with those that are in need of resources. It was in these types of meetings that this vision gained momentum and helped to take shape. And today, we continue to take steps forward for what I believe will one day be the gold standard across the entire nation of how a community comes together to meet its most pressing needs around homelessness and housing. That goal, this pursuit of functional zero homelessness, remains the mark to which we aim and which we pursue. Sedgwick County government, we look forward to this opportunity that we can participate the full force and the full power of ComCare, which I see some of our ComCare folks here today, and all of our behavioral health partners. I see Mary Jones with MHA here and others. We are looking forward to doing our part and fulfilling our role in this effort alongside all of you here at Second Light. So with that, I'm grateful today to be where we are. I'm grateful for where we're going. And I want to welcome my friend, Kent Miracle, from the Second Light Board to help share a few stories of why this effort is vitally important. Kent?
What a beautiful day. Thank you, Commissioner Beatty. And a huge gratitude goes out to the City of Wichita, as well as our wonderful providers, many of are here today, who are truly making a difference every day. So why does Wichita need Second Light? Why now? And why is this so important? Until now, the services our homeless neighbors so desperately need were, at times, difficult to find, let alone access. Mental health, that direction. Substance abuse, that direction. Domestic violence support, that way. Housing, back this way. And so on. Because when you're on the street, you're not living, you're surviving. So getting to an appointment somewhere at some time is the farthest thing from your mind. What is on your mind? Survival, one moment at a time. When you're homeless, sometimes you can barely fathom the next hour, let alone tomorrow or next week. And getting to an appointment, it's far too daunting a task. So, it doesn't happen. I know, because I remember what it was like it was yesterday, to be homeless, to be on the street. Now, for the first time in the history of our great city, Our homeless neighbors will have access to the services they need under one roof. Here at Second Light, even during construction, guests will have access to the most essential services such as physical and mental health, food, and housing navigation. And when construction is completed later this year, we'll have room for a still larger range of services. This is an unprecedented commitment to save lives and improve the quality of life, not just for our homeless neighbors, but for our whole community. It's working in other cities, and in this great city of Wichita, my hometown, I know it will work here too. So why the name Second Light? We knew it was imperative that the name be well received by our homeless neighbors. When we shared potential names with those with lived experience and they heard Second Light, their eyes lit up. Having a second chance when virtually all hope had been dashed resonated with them, as you might expect. It signaled the beginning of having a shot at actually living again. They brightened up and they used words like hope, healing, and housing. I am so grateful for the countless wonderful human beings that are pouring their heart, sweat, and soul into Second Light, from which all Wichitans will benefit. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share today and to serve every day.
Thank you, Kent. Appreciate you sharing your story, your personal story. This is a really meaningful piece for everybody, and I hope it really resonates. The story that Kent told about what it really means to be living on the street and what it means to be able to have access to services in one place at one time. Some big takeaways I hope you all get from today. Number one, we're exceptionally grateful to the City of Wichita, our provider partners, and all of you who have helped us get to this point and make this progress happen. We want to thank the design, development, and construction team of McCowan Gordon, HFG, and Petra. And a special thanks to our friends at PPMC for all of the work you've done helping keep the board organized and keeping us moving in the right direction. One key thing to remember, this shelter will stay open during construction to provide support for those in need. The construction is planned to continue through the end of this year, with added services being added as the building reopens in early 2026. Over the next 6 months, we'll be transitioning to shelter plus service model, where guests will be assigned a bed that is theirs every night as they work towards healing and housing. We look forward to hiring an executive director. That process is well underway and should be meeting target of end of July for hiring deadline. We look forward to finalizing shelter service contract with an RFP that was recently released. If you have any questions about Second Light or like to learn more about supporting or volunteering, please visit our website at www.secondlightwichita.org. Thank you.